Hello friends, in today's topic we will discuss about file operations in Java. So in Java, a file is an abstract data type and we use files to store information. So it can be anything. So if you see this notepad, it's in file and we use this file to store information. So to deal with these files, we have certain file operations supported by Java. So to work with file operations, we need the java.io package and the file class. So there are four types of file operations in Java. The first one is create new file and the second one is delete and read operation and write. So to work with these methods, we need these packages java.io.file and java.io.file reader and file writer. So to create new file, we need the create new file method. And to read the content from that file, we need the read method. To write the content to the file, we need the write method. So there are certain methods also available in Java. So once the file is created, so we need to get some information for these files. For example, if we need to know whether we can write the file, we can write any data to the file. So for that, we can use the can write method. If the file is a read-only method, we can check whether we have the proper permission to write the content to the file. Before writing, we can check this method. Similarly, can read method helps to see whether the file we can read or not, and create new method is used to create an empty file, and exit method is used to check whether the specified file is present or not, and delete method is used to delete the file, and get absolute path is used to get the full path of the file name. Now let's see in program how this works. The first operation we'll see to create a new file. As I told, to work with file operations, we need the java.file packages, and for the input output exceptions, we use the java.io exceptions. And the class name is create file. This class name should be same as your file name. And generally, if you're working on any file operations, always it's the best practice to put in try and catch block. So we'll discuss in detail about try and catch block in the upcoming videos. So first we'll declare the file class, and the my file is the object name for this class, and we are passing the path where exactly the file should get created in the Java folder, and the file name is file1.txt. So if you see this folder, it's empty. So after running the program, it will create a new file. And in the if clause, we just object name, and we are creating the method. We are calling the method create new file. And if it executes true, it will return true and it will come to the if block. And here we're printing the message, the file and the file name. So here we're using the get name to print like my file dot get name, and we're displaying message file is created. If the file is already exist, we'll display file is already exist in the directory. And we use catch block to capture any exceptions. So I'll just show some demo of how this catch exception works. Now first run the program to create a new file. So the file is successfully created. Now let's verify in the folder to see if the file is already created or not. So if you see the file is created and it's a size is 0, so just a create new method will create an empty file. And now here I'll give some wrong path. It will try to create a new file. If the path does not exist, it will print the error message and the error message of that message. Of that error, like why the file is not created. The system cannot find the path specified. So this is how like we work with the create new method file to create the file and also the catch exceptions. Now the file is created. Now try to get the next is file info class. So here we try to print some of the messages or information about that file. So we'll see about these operations in detail. Again, this is very important. So always whenever we are working with file classes, we need to use this file package. And again, same the file name should be same as your class name. Then my file is the object. Here we are passing the full file path. And to check whether the file exists or not, we are using the exist method. If the file is already existing, then we try to get the file name dot get file name. It will print the file name, and this get absolute path method will print you the full path of the file where it present. And this can write to see whether the file is writable or not. Again, similar whether the file is readable or not, can read method. And this my file dot length will give you the length of the file. Now let's run the program. The program is completed. So the get name method it's printing the file name. The file name is file1.txt. Then this absolute method is giving you the full path. And then can write. So this will return true or false. Since this file is writable, so it's giving true. And again, it's readable, it's true. The file size is 0 bytes because it's an empty file. Now I just change the properties from writable to readable. In that case, the file writable it will return false. So let's change that. So I'm just making this file as only readable. So now when we run this program, this third line is writable will become false. See, to check whether we have the proper file permissions, we can use this can write method. Now the third one is writing the data to a file. So for again, we need the file writer packages. To create new file, we use the for create and delete, we use the file package. But for writing the file, we need the file writer package. So instead of file, it should be file writer. And then again, we need the try catch block, and it's in best practice to work with the file. So file writer is a class name, and this is the object f write, and we are passing the full path. And we here again like the object name dot method name, and we're passing the parameter like hi welcome. And once the file is written, we are just closing the stream, just closing the file, and after that we are printing some message. The content is successfully written. So while writing this file, if we see any exceptions, it will print you the message unaccepted error occurred. Okay, now if you see like some unaccepted error occurred because we're not printing the exact error message. So to print the exact error message, we can use one more method. Here in e dot. So we can use the get message method to print the exact error message of why the program failed. We can also use this e dot print stack trace, but we'll cover this topic in later classes. So if you see now, access is denied. Okay. Earlier we made the file as readable, right? So due to that reason, we're not able to write to this file. So due to that reason, we are getting this access denied error message. Now we'll remove from read only. So now we can write to this file. Okay, content is successfully written to the file. So in the file, just we are printing hi welcome. So file, so we can see the message like hi welcome. So we use this get message method to print the exact error message. So this is done. Now reading the content from the file. Similarly, for the file writer, we use the okay. So here for reading the file, we use the scanner method. In the my file object, we are passing the file name. Then we use the scanner method. Again, in scanner, we are passing the file and object name. And as next line method, we can see if the to read the to read the next line, and that we are storing it in the file data. So we read the data reader dot next line. Using this method, we read the data from that file and we store it in the file data variable, and that we are printing in the system.print line. And once the file is written, again we are closing the stream. So if while reading the file, if the file not found, in the file not found exception catch block, we are printing the error message like file not found. So we see the message like hi welcome. Whatever we had in the file, we can see that error message like hi welcome. Now if the okay, so here again I'll give it as Java 1. So if the file does not exist, the try block will not execute anything. It will default will come to the catch block like file not found exception. Here we are printing the file not found. So this file not found is message what we gave, and if you need to get exact message, you can print. You can use a method get message method. The system cannot find the path specified. Now the last operation is delete the file. Similarly for delete the file, we need the delete method. You just pass the file name, and using delete method, we have if it returns true, it will tell the file is deleted. If not, it will tell the unaccepted error by deleting the file. So this also we can put in try catch block, but for just for putting that in if clause, even without a try catch block, we can work on file operations. So the file is successfully deleted. Now if you see in the Java folder, we're not seeing any files. So just to reiterate, in there are 4 file operations: create new file, delete, read and write, and these are the methods to read to get the file informations. Thank you, friends.